I just tried Flodesk's new Flodesk Studio. And if you're like me and have a tendency to leave your marketing emails to the last minute so that you're quickly trying to put something together on the day that it needs to go out or that hour it needs to go out, then this is going to blow your mind because the way you create and design emails is about to change forever. Now, if you're not a Flodesk user and you're about to skip this video, I just want you to hold on a minute. This is actually free for everyone. You don't have to have a Flodesk account to use it. You can design emails with Flodesk Studio and then send them to whatever platform you want to use to send them out. Now, no other email platform's done anything quite like this, so this is definitely something very new, and it's going to be really interesting to see how people use it and just how popular it is. And if you're a solo business owner like I am, where you're trying to juggle so many things, and not to mention actual real life as well, having a tool like this can really help you keep consistent. I know personally, sometimes it can feel very last minute rush to try and get an email in. You're like, what am I supposed to write? Because, I've been trying to do, work for clients, create things for my business, trying to keep on social media and all the other types of things I'm supposed to be doing. And I forgot to send an email this week. Quick, put something together. And often what happens then is something suffers along the way. It could be that your writing suffers, or it could be that your design suffers because you just don't have the time for it. And this is why this studio is going to make such a difference. So let's open it up and actually have a look at what it can do. So you want to head to studio.flodesk.com. Now, if you're already a Flodesk user, you'll be able to log in through your Flodesk account. Otherwise, you need to set up an account. And the first thing it's going to prompt you to do is put in your branding. Now, if you're already a Flodesk user, it will have whatever you've already put in there. So your colors, logo, font, and you may just need to make a few tweaks. Whereas if you're starting from scratch, you're probably having to go through everything there. Now, if you just want to skip that, maybe you're not quite ready, you just want to get in there and have a little look around first. Now, if you don't have all your branding in place right now, maybe you're on a different computer or you just don't have the time right now to set that all up or go through it all, don't worry, you can just skip past that or just add a few little things and come back to it later. All right, so we are inside Flodesk Studio, and as you can see, it feels a lot like other AI type chat things where you've got a little box here where you can start your chat and then all the things on the side, so your past chats. Right now it's just creating emails, but in the future they're going to have forms and pages, so that's all in there when you can do that. You can just click here to start a new email. Then it's also got here, then it's got down the bottom here your details, so it's got your brand. You can also share feedback because this is beta at the moment. So basically it's free right now while it's beta, and they're just getting feedback, seeing what people think, seeing what their reaction to this is, so they can decide down the track how they want to handle it in terms of will it become a paid product, all those sort of things. So right now while it's beta, it is free to use. So a big thing with the Flodesk Studio is they don't want it to feel like your typical AI where you just tell it to do things and it does everything for you. Instead, it is a tool to sort of sit there beside you, to work with it. It feels like a studio. It's a place that you go to where you can create things. And so you're just using it as that extra assistance to make that process of creating easier. So your design is accelerated. You can put it together a lot quicker and faster rather than it being something that feels very generated. A big thing with AI is often it can feel like when you design anything, create any kind of graphic, anything that's generated, it feels AI, it feels generated, and that's not what they're trying to do here. What they're instead trying to do is just make that process of creating and designing emails quick and easy to do. And so behind it, they've got real designers that have worked on different elements and things that put together those emails for you. So you have to think of it more as AI powered, where AI helps bring this all together quickly, but it's still bringing human design into it, and it's not just simply AI generate. So the first thing you want to do to get the best results is of course set up your branding, because this means it's going to draw from your brand to create these emails so that you're starting from a good point where everything is on brand for you. So it's speeding up that process. You're not, when you go to design an email, having to go, right, well, my colors again, and which one was my font, looking through a list, or trying to re-upload your logo and things like that. The more you put in here for your brand, the easier and quicker it's going to be to whip up a beautiful email that is perfectly on brand. So if you're already a Flodesk user, it will bring in whatever you've already put into Flodesk in here, and you can just add any extra details. But if you're starting from scratch, if you're not a Flodesk user, or if you are but haven't already set up many branding elements within Flodesk, then you can just go through and add everything you need to add. And of course, the more that you add, the more it's going to be on brand. So we've got here our logo. So I've uploaded my logo, then I'm going to add in my name. website. You can add a very simple business description. And we've got our colors, so you can add in your hex codes. Then there are fonts. And what's really cool with fonts is also they have font mapping. So first of all, add in all your fonts. So I've got my title font, Ivy Presto. I've got my body copy font, Proxima Nova. And then I've got that little accent font, which is Postcards from Portugal. So what I've now got to do here is font mapping. And this is a really cool feature because often with AI stuff where it's design and it's just using your branding, it will just sort of randomize. So it's just going to pick out random fonts and it can not actually look on brand because it's using the fonts in the wrong way. And so font mapping is really cool because you're actually telling it, okay, this font is what I want for headings. So for headings, I want the Ivy Presto. And then for subheadings, I want Proxima, body copy, Proxima. There's WebSafe. So WebSafe is a very limited list of fonts that are really web safe. So basically fonts that can be read in an email. They're not going to become an image. So choose fonts in here that are very similar to your brand fonts that are going to work well when it just has to use a WebSafe font. Now, as you can see here, I haven't actually put in here my Postcards from Portugal one because it's got here button and accent, whereas I want Proxima Nova for buttons. So I think when I'm editing, when I'm making adjustments, I may just use that font where I think it's appropriate rather than it just always using that, because I don't really use that font too often. So there may be emails where I just don't use that at all. And so I'm not going to actually map that one out here. Then we've got a bio image. You can put in an image of yourself, and then buttons. So you can choose what style of button you would like. So I would like filled or outlined. If you'd like square or rounded corners. Then your brand voice. So it will actually help write emails too. So if you want it to assist you with actually writing emails, giving it your brand voice is going to help really make these emails sound more like you. Now, of course, you can edit these if they don't fully sound like you, but it's going to give you a really great starting point. And then you've got social links. So basically choosing which kind of social links you want linked in your emails. And of course, your business address. So that is all the elements in and we're ready to go. All right. So let's think about what email do I need to do. So this week I need to do an email talking about Flodesk Studio and also talking about a summit that I'm part of and talking about a little project that I'm going to be starting on Substack. So let's explain to it those three things that I want in an email and see what it comes up with. Now, the more details you give it, the better, obviously. So if you've actually got some little snippets of copy that need to go in. So for example, with the summit I'm part of, I've got like some little snippets of copy related to this that I can put in here and let it know, can you please add this in? So the more detail you add, the more you're going to get what you want, of course. So if you've sort of made a starting point with some text or you've just got more of a general idea, give it whatever you've got. All right, so I've given it whatever details I currently have. So let's see what it comes up with. It has designed me an email. So it is actually what it does is gives you three different options. So that way you can find the best starting point, the one that feels most like you. So this one is quite nice. And I like the way it's considered the fact that I gave it three different things that is happening and it's put them into these three different sections here and sort of given also an overview at the top, which is very similar to the kind of thing I normally do. It's also made this cool one, which is pretty cool. It's different and interesting. I quite like it. And then this last one, it's gone for much more of a minimal, clean kind of style. So not too many graphics, but still beautifully designed. So looking through them all, I feel like the first one is the most similar to the kind of thing I normally do. So I think that's the one that I would go with as a starting point because it feels very me and the kind of thing that I normally produce for my newsletter. So what you can do now is actually decide how you want to edit. So of course, this is your initial starting point and it's not going to be perfect. So basically it's giving you a great head start for getting your email done, and now we can go into editing mode. So you can either just keep telling it here in the chat box what you want it to change and what you need doing, or you can click on it and actually go and edit things yourself. So whatever method you feel most comfortable for editing, you can do. So this is great because if you've just got ideas but you're a bit unsure how to execute it, put it together, you can tell it, okay, can you change this? Can you make this a change or do this or do that? And it will do that for you. Whereas if you just want to get in there and go, okay, this is a great starting point, but I just want to get in and play around now and edit things, you can do that too. Now, there are lots of fun little features in here. So things like these little stickers, you can move around. So you can decide, okay, that's a cool sticker, but let's move it over here. Oh, maybe we could try a different style. So maybe I like that. Oh, that's kind of fun, making it look like a stamp. Let's do that. Oh, you know, maybe it blends in a bit too much here, but I do like that. So let's pick a different color. So you can definitely have a lot of fun playing around, getting it just how you want. So whatever suits you. Like we can even rotate the sticker too, which is pretty fun. And we can also move things. So you can see here, this is a whole block. So if we wanted to, we can use these arrows to move that block down to where we want it. We can duplicate blocks, add new blocks, basically just like you were editing within Flodesk itself. So it's like you've just got this great starting point. Okay, we've got some things in here, got a great starting point. Let's just finish this off and edit it and get it just right. Now you'll see here too in layouts, it gives you some various different layouts. If you want to change up the type of layout, it shows you how each different one would look if you chose any of these layouts. So as I said before, these are all done by designers. This isn't AI creating all these different layouts. It's just helping put your content and your ideas and your branding into these different layouts for you to speed things up. And then we have blocks. So you can decide, okay, I don't actually want that. So you say, I didn't really want that sticker, for example. I could turn that off. Or maybe I felt the image was too much, I could turn that off. So you can actually turn off different elements within a block. So you just click on the block and it's got all the elements. Or we could click on this block, for example, and again, you can choose what is or isn't there. You can also decide how you want your corners. So if it made something rounded when you actually wanted it square, you can go change that. You can also play around with the padding, the background color. Basically, you can now edit it to whatever you want it to be. You can also put in the link. So obviously it's just put a button there, but now you can go and actually add that link in. Or you can even just switch between the two different modes. So let's say we made a few little additions, but now we want to go back and chat to just, you know, say, hey, can we do a few other things? So maybe there's a few things that you're like, it's going to take me a bit of a while to do that myself. So I'm just going to jump back in chat now to tell it to change a few things. So let's say, for example, we want to change a few things on this one. So let's say, for the summit block, remove the live now table, add a sticker instead to say grab your ticket. So it's just gone and changed this to now say grab your ticket, and now I can go up here, change it instead to look like a ticket. I can choose a different color if I wanted to. So that was pretty cool. Now, obviously that was something I probably could have just come in here and done myself, but I just wanted to show you how the chat works, that it can obviously do those things for you by chat. So you can do it either way for editing. So basically this feels like working in Flodesk, actually designing emails, but sort of sped up, sort of a bit faster in that it can give you the starting point. It's got all these extra new things in here that we didn't have before. So it's sort of just an even more awesome version of what they already had. Now, if you want to add extra things, I'll show you all the extra blocks they now have. So if you go here and click on new, you can see all these different extra things you can add in here. So you've got different layouts, you can add testimonials, content, invitation, recipe, bio, signature, all these cool things. So let's say we wanted to add some content in, and then you've got all these different layouts to choose from. Say we want to add an invitation. So maybe we wanted this summit instead to feel more like an invite. As you can see, you've got all these different invitation layouts. So it gives you so many different starting points and so many different tools and methods to build your email. So it just gives you everything you need to very easily pull together a really beautiful email. So don't get scared away and think, oh no, just another AI tool. This has a human design foundation. Humans actually design these different elements, put them together, all those things. And so it's really just more an AI tool to speed things up, to make the process quicker and easier. So I'm really excited about this because it doesn't just feel like some AI thing where it's generating a design and it just looks very AI. It feels more like they've just improved what they already have with the designing emails within Flodesk, in that it's still got all those different blocks and different things you can add like these, and you know, beautiful layouts that have been designed by designers, but it's speeding up the whole process here so that you can get your brand in, you can get some content in, you can get a bit of help, so much so that when you put together an email, you're never starting with a blank page. You never start going, oh, what am I going to write? Oh, how am I going to lay this out? How can I make this look good? Basically, whatever idea you've got in your head, whether you've got some text already, whether you've got some general idea of what you want, whatever starting point you have, you can basically tell it and it will start to bring that to life, get you further along so that you can speed up this process and create something beautiful really quickly and easily. So really think of this as your studio, a place to create beautiful emails that is going to make that process just flow really easily so that designing emails is just a joy. Now when it comes to actually sending these, so once you're happy with your email design, you can send a test to make sure it looks all beautiful and you can export it. So we can go up here to export. And if you are a Flodesk user, you can do send with Flodesk. Now, if you're not a Flodesk user, if you sign up as someone that doesn't have a Flodesk account, you'll be able to export this as a HTML instead. So do make sure that whatever email platform you're using, that they accept HTML emails. And if they do, you'll be able to export that HTML, upload it in, and you can have these beautiful Flodesk style emails on the platform of your choice. So give it a go. Because it is free right now, try it out. Give it a go, see what you think. And I think you'll be amazed at just how easy it is to create a beautiful on-brand email. This was so much fun to play with, and I can really see this being very useful for getting out beautiful looking emails quickly. Design no longer has to be sacrificed when there's a rush. And if you're someone that struggles with designing beautiful emails, if you find that whole thing takes you a really long time because it's just something that doesn't come naturally to you, how helpful is this going to be? It's going to make it so easy for you to put something together really quickly and easily. So give it a go. See what kind of results you get. See if it's something that is really going to help your process when it comes to creating emails for marketing. Because I know how tricky it can be trying to manage it all, and something like this can just be that little thing that makes your week a little bit easier. Of course, if you'd like to learn more about using Flodesk, you can also check out my Flodesk playlist where I have some other videos going through how to create emails in Flodesk. And if you'd like to learn more about branding, graphic design, and creativity, be sure to subscribe, and happy creating.